Hey there, so this is Dr. Jamie again, and I'd like to introduce you to a friend and colleague of mine, Dr. Louise Miller, who wrote a book on the roles animals play in our lives. And not only just the comfort and companionship that they can provide, but also, the assistance that they can provide to their owners. So give her a listen.
So hi, I'm Louise Miller, and I have a PhD in mind-body medicine with a specialization in integrative mental health. I have a bachelor's degree in psychology from Harvard, a master's in psychology from Pepperdine University, and like I said, I'm currently an integrative mental health specialist. I'm the author of Friends with Benefits, Never Underestimate the Power of a Cold Nose. And in the book, I talk about the psychological and physical benefits of having any type of animals, dogs, cats, horses, bunnies, fish, whatever. I'm also the author of many articles in Psychology Today online, and one in particular I wrote about the benefits of animals. But it's not anything that's really new. And in my research, I found Florence Nightingale, way back when she started it, and she would bring dogs into the psychiatric ward that she was working in, and she found that the psychiatric patients responded well to the dogs and would calm down. Sigmund Freud, the famous psychologist, he had a lot of dogs, so he knew that animals had a positive effect on us. And then it really came to light with a psychologist in New York City called Boris Levinson. And he was working with autistic children, and he had a nonverbal child that he was working with. The child would not speak. And then he ended up in one of his sessions, he had to leave the room and go get something. He had a dog in the room. And when he came back into the room, the child was speaking for the first time to his dog. There's actual changes in the brain chemistry that happens when you're around a dog. So what happens, and I'm talking about a dog or a cat or any animals in general, actually, horses too, your blood pressure goes down, your heart rate goes down, cortisol levels, which is the stress hormone, will go down. Depression, decreases. Oxytocin, which is the bonding hormone, that increases. And it's the bonding hormone that happens between a mother and a baby after they give birth. So oxytocin increases. Dogs and horses help with PTSD and with veterans or people who have had, been involved in either, a man-made traumatic event, such as a mass shooting, or a natural one, hurricanes, earthquakes, floods. They bring in emotional support animals at that time to help the people through. In doctors' offices and stuff, you'll often find an aquarium because it's soothing. The sound, watching fishes, watching an aquarium helps. I just recently read an article that the U.S. Naval Institute is bringing on dogs on their ships to boost the morale of the people on board and reduce the stress and stuff. And they're also bringing in dogs to Harvard and other universities when the students are having exams because they're stressed out. They're bringing dogs into court cases where a child has to testify. They'll bring the dog into the witness box, and the dog will lie on the floor, and the child can pet the dog with their feet as they're talking. They're bringing in dogs into libraries where the children can sit and read to a dog, and it improves their reading skills, and it boosts their self-confidence too and their self-esteem that, I can read. I don't have a problem. I'm not nervous. There's the prison pup program that happens in a lot of prisons in the United States. And what they're doing is a puppy will be placed in a prison with an inmate to be raised. The puppy is dropped off at the prison with the inmate, and they're trained. They're trained the basics of sitting and coming and all sorts of basic skills. They're trained also, they can also be trained to pick up things and open up doors and, do a little bit of training like that. But they're raised in a prison setting. And then the prisoner comes out, like I said, he's got dog training skills at that point. So it's a win-win for the inmates and for the puppy and for the end user as well, because they're getting trained. So having dogs around or animals in general is a huge plus for us psychologically and physically.
So I hope that listening to Dr. Miller at least piqued your interest in Friends with Benefits. And I will see you next time on the Mind Flourish Network. You guys all have a great day, have a great night, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the Mind Flourish Network. Thanks. Take care, y'all.